Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's get into some interesting news coming out on the Cardano news front. And this will be one, guys, that if you've been no sleeper to the weekend, you've heard all about the World Liberty Finance and all that stuff that's been going about. And this is going to be a big one, though, because it does take some of that narrative and couple that with what we've been talking about with Chainlink. And so as we look for big movers in the space, this is another data point along the way within what Cardano is building. And I want to talk about some of the Hoskinson comments right now in this video. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. And I hope you guys all consider subscribing right down below and join us. Let's talk Cardano for a couple minutes and then get you guys on your way, okay? So we are going to kick this video off by looking at what we have going on the crypto bubbles. And it is a great day, as we always want to wake up, start a new month, new week off with what we're seeing here. In the crypto bubbles being into the green. So a lot of the top 100 plays out there, we look at ADA in specific, trading at 81.62, we are essentially down 3% over the last 7 days, but it's been still one, guys, where we are playing with some house money, doing exceedingly well with what we've been having going on, basically dating back to the likes of June for ADA. As you can see, basically from this trend line, that we've had a lot of success lately, and still we are flashing momentum up on my trading indicator. Guys, it's not financial advice, but it does simply work, okay? And as we look into this even more so, I want to zoom in because this has been kind of a nice looking chart since June, okay? And as we start to see some of these lines converge on one another, yes, I know we are kind of in that midpoint of 80 cents where we have seen a little bit of downward consolidation, but as we get these catalysts, these news headlines start to compile and really just kind of have their way with what we're looking at within a lot of the cryptos in the top 100. And also, I do want to share with you guys kind of how the coin market cap looks right now, because we have noticed a little bit of a shift here lately with altcoin season, okay? And that's kind of where we're going to segue into this conversation, because we have seen this even touch 54, 57, and now we have receded back to the 49 level as Bitcoin is up on the day, as it is up 1% over the last hour. But it's still not enough to change my opinion on what's actually happening, okay? The market cap, as we date back, yes, we've had some ups, we've had some downs, but it's pretty much still, all things considered, relatively flat over the last 2-3 months as we do look at it. But still, Cardano above 80 cents, we'll take it. And let's get into some of the headlines here from Charles Hoskinson, okay? And before we get going, though, I do want to talk to you about what we have going on. One of the affiliates on the channel is BITUNIX. It is a trusted exchange with over 3 million plus global users. If you are looking to trade spot or futures on BITUNIX, right now they're having a 25% futures deposit bonus promotion running through September 11th. So if you want to start trading on this platform, do your research, due diligence, use my link down below to get that 25% deposit reward just by signing up and starting trading today. All right, but back into Charles. This is what he's been talking about. This article coming out from the Crypto Basic, and you can see him right here, as he's teasing a major partnership within Chainlink and the USD1 in a defining moment, okay? And this is kind of where we look into USD1 is the stablecoin that is issued by World Liberty Finance. This is a project that is, as we all know, initiated by Donald Trump. We'll see actually kind of if that's true, but for the most part, that is the headline for today. Now, there are several prominent projects within the ecosystem that is looking to form alliances with, and this is in specific for the sake of this discussion during an August 31st AMA. This will be World Liberty Financial and the likes of Chainlink. Now, why is this important? Okay, well, we're going to talk about stablecoins, but more so, I want to talk about the changing of the guard for Cardano, right? ADA has never been really on the front of marketing. That's all kind of changed. And also with what we have going on with the Midnight, as well as that distribution with the Midnight token, really trying to promote cross-chain interoperability and bringing in new users from different ecosystems into the Cardano ecosystem has kind of been what I've been picking up on as of late. Now, this is something where we look into the conversation here within the USD1, okay? Now, this was launched on March on Ethereum and BNB chains, but then we did see it launch on Tron Network in June. Now, Cardano to handle the Chainlink collaboration is something is a more of a storyline in my opinion, okay? This is where the Link team gave them an absurd number for integration as you look into kind of that kind of, I guess you would say, the negotiations that's been going on. But nonetheless, Charles says that he would handle it and figure it out, further lauding the Chainlink founder, Sergey Nazarov, calling him an extremely smart and good negotiator, okay? So noting that Chainlink is sitting on a golden egg. Now, not to get too much into the Chainlink front, but this was a crypto around a $9, $10, $11 price tag that me personally, we were talking about on the channel as, in my opinion, the potentially the best trade that you could have made. Not financial advice. I'll never tell you to buy or sell crypto. But for me and what I was doing, just staring down the barrel of what Chainlink was bringing to the table. And it is interesting to note they are just one spot below Cardano right now outside the top 10. But Chainlink now at $23, a very, very bullish crypto as we've seen 124% over the last 365 days. Okay, but back in to kind of conclude this discussion, this is where he looks to partner and hopes to partner with Chainlink. And interesting enough, the Chainlink ecosystem is in the limelight because of all the institutional interest, okay? So I think trying to piggyback off of that success, I think that Nazarov has really kind of, I guess you would say, looked at this situation and realizing that I think Chainlink doesn't need Cardano, okay? But Charles went on to say that he'd like to have USD1, he'd like to have Aave, and he'd like to have Chainlink, okay? Saying that there's a bundle there, but Cardano is looking to partner its way with these projects, okay? Now, not only would this kind of allow the cross-chain interoperability to be bolstered, it also will be kind of looking into the emphasis that this would be a crucial upgrade for Cardano to remain relevant. So understanding how collaborations within crypto is key, I think this is kind of a perfect example on why Cardano is positioning themselves very strategically to kind of remain at the forefront of the discussion when it comes down to it in the form of altcoins, okay? So as we look at it, guys, this is a huge mover as we do look for the Cardano ecosystem, looking to form several cross-chain partnerships. And I will tell you one thing, though, if we can get into the fold with Chainlink, that would be huge, not just for Chainlink holders, but also for ADA holders alike, all right? Leave your comments down below. What do you think of this potential partnership? And as always, guys, appreciate all the comments and support. If you have not hit that like button and subscribe down below, please do that right now. And we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.